Welcome to our first video on how to set up your PSJ, which stands for a problem-solving journal. You're going to want to get a comp book like we asked, make it something that you like, make it cute, make it fun. This is a journal, so you will be writing in it, so make it your own. To start with, you're going to need some supplies. I would get an adhesive, so I recommend a glue stick or tape. You need some markers, some Sharpie, one Sharpie, scissors, and something to write with, okay? Your composition book, it's up to you. It is yours. You can get one of these ones that have the quad paper in it, so it's sort of got graph paper as part of it. You can get the wide ruled if you like it. Wide ruled is totally fine. If you would prefer, you can get a college rule. They come in many shapes and sizes, these things. Get one that you like. But the very first thing that you're going to do with your Sharpie marker is you're going to write your first and last name in 4 places. The front cover, first and last name. You're going to take your Sharpie and you're going to write it on the side here, first and last name, and then on the top and on the bottom. Right? So first and last name, top and bottom, because everyone will be submitting these and we want to make sure that we can find yours very quickly. So first order of business, you write your first and last name in 4 places. Go ahead and pause and get that done. Then when you're ready to continue, you should have gotten in class something that looks like this: the grading criteria for the problem-solving journal, along with some strategies to help yourself. Go ahead and pause, read through this right now. Okay, so you should be able to answer stuff like, what strategy do we not want you to use? The answer to that is yes, guess, and check, which means at this point on these little tables, I would like you to take one of your markers and put a big old no on guess, check, and revise. This is something that we do not want you to do unless it is very last minute. You don't know what else to do, and there is a process that you must follow in order for that to be acceptable, okay? So that is not your go-to. Let's put a bunch of no's on those things. Then what you're going to do is we're going to set up your table of contents. So on the first page, when you open up your comp book, yes, this is not a comp book, but it's just for demonstration purposes, you will write the title, Table of Contents. You could do it in a different color if you wish, but you need to have Table of Contents here. Notice that the page is not labeled. Then we're going to start Roman numerals. Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, Roman numeral 3. Beside the Roman numerals, you're going to have the assignment. So for instance, your very first thing is the PSJ grading and big ideas. This you will place on page 1. Then your 2 problem-solving strategies you'll put on page 2. And then your first problem, when we assign it, will go on the 3rd page. The problem number goes here. When we assign you what the title of that problem is, you can go ahead and write it as well. Okay, so then once you have those things, title, Roman numerals, assignment title, page numbers, we then have to go and do the pages. So then we want you to label your page numbers 1 through 20 only on the front. So notice that it is up in the right hand corner, but it is not on the reverse. So we have page 1, page 2, page 3. Go ahead and label all of those through page 20. Once you get to page 20, we want you to look at the top right hand corner, draw your favorite minion there, or a picture of a cow at a birthday party. Okay, now we are at the cutting process. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut both of these sheets in half. And if you have nice scissors that you use for scrapbooking, you're welcome to use them, have a little fun with it. But really, we want you to cut this in half and glue it in appropriately. Okay, so imagine if we were to give you a quiz on all these words here, you would be able to answer what we want you to do with the problem-solving journal, okay? How it will be graded. Notice that there is a bonus activity attached to this, and the bonus activity, we want to encourage you to get creative, okay? So we'll show you an example of something that you could do, and notice that the bonus ranges anywhere from no points to 5 points, making the grand possible total of the PSJ of 45 out of 40. That would be the maximum, okay? So with these two, the grading and big ideas, we're going to put on page 1. So on page 1, because you want these things side by side, I would encourage you to do something like this. if you are using a glue stick, especially if you're using a glue stick that is purple, you want to get in the practice of using the minimum amount of glue to get the job done. Because if you're clumping it on like a crazy person, if you're like me, then it's going to go on the other side, and the things that you write on the other side are going to be lumpy and bumpy and gross. So minimum amount to get the job done. We will put it here. If you prefer taping, you could put some tape on there, whatever. But notice that there is a lot of space. If it's actually in a comp book like it's supposed to be, there won't be as much space. But this is for you to decorate if you want. Remember, this is your problem-solving journal. So feel free to decorate this in. Just don't distract from the words themselves, okay? Then go ahead and flip the page, and on page 2, we call these the problem-solving strategies. I would cut these out and have them there for you to reference and paste them in, okay? So this guy should in fact fit nicely into your comp book if you cut along the lines just like so. Feel free to add color to these guys. It should not be anything new to you. I'm sure many teachers up until this point have told you about solve a simpler problem first. Seek an exception. Look for a pattern. These are all very, very important things. I will tell you, if you're looking for a pattern, the best way to see patterns is in tables. So maybe perhaps put in a table as part of your strategy, okay? So here we have a toolkit, and over here we have problem-solving strategies. Again, minimum glue. We do not have to cover the entire back part with this to get it done, okay? So then we have PSJ grading and big ideas on page 1, problem-solving strategies on page 2, and then the first problem number will go right on page 3. If you would like to start it here, that's up to you. If you would like to start it here, that is up to you. But no matter how many pages it takes, be sure to update it here. So from page 3 to whatever. Something else you might consider if you have the comp book is you may want to, at this point, grab some construction paper and formulate a little pocket for yourself right here. I would make it roughly 1/3 of this particular page, and then you could put your work in progress things here, because we will deduct points if there are, when you submit your PSJ, if we can take it and we can shake it like this and there's stuff that falls out of it, that means you didn't do your job gluing and taping, and you're going to lose points. So until you submit this, if we give you a problem and you're not ready to glue it down yet, this is a great place for it, in this little pocket right here. Again, you can color your pocket, you can put designs on your pocket. It is yours. Make it yours, okay? So your PSJ, we're going to want to see this. We're going to check it on Monday and Tuesday. So be sure that you have followed all the directions and you're ready to go before your quiz on Monday and Tuesday.